I'm really excited for the opportunity. It's going to be a couple days of feeling pretty surreal, but that only lasts for so long. Then you got to get back to work. It's a stepping stone for sure in my career, but it's not really where I ultimately want to be. So I'm taking it for what I can. Excited for the opportunity for sure.
Have you had any conversations with some of the guys who have got picked up these past few years that are in the systems now?
Yeah, I like to. People like Jamison Hill, I talked to him a lot. Pitcher got picked up, and yeah, just giving me advice, kind of telling me how it goes, how stuff's happening. A lot of changes in minor league ball recently, all for the better of the players too. So, yeah.
What have you been working on this offseason since the season's come to a close, getting ready?
I've been mainly just getting my body feeling good to get ready for whenever I do get picked up, to kind of have them develop me how they want to. So I'm just staying ready for that, playing catch with the new grip, stuff like that, always tweaking.
What has it meant to you to be a Bulldog?
It's meant everything. Best 3 years of my life. No place I would have rather went to, no place I'd rather be. I'm extremely blessed. The coaches I've had here, the people that I've met, it's not something to take for granted, and I haven't. Yeah, I genuinely love to be a Bulldog. It's something I wear very proudly. Yeah, I love it.
What was the decision-making process like for you to enter the draft?
It was my time. I think it's my time. It's people in my corner kind of pushing towards it, and I think it's just the right time for me. It's not really too big of a decision like that. It's just my time. That's the best way I could put it.
How would you describe your career here at Fresno State and how you developed and grew?
I've grown a ton. I came in here a little 18-year-old high school kid who didn't have a fall. We practiced for 2 weeks before our first game my freshman year. And that's all the practice I had gotten at the college level before our first game. So, I mean, from there to now, I've made major strides, I feel. Learning the ins and outs of pitching, learning to be a better person too. That's something that they're big here and what they do very well. They make boys to men, and I'm blessed.
What would you like to say to high schoolers here in the Valley that, again, there is a possibility of making it to the pros coming from Fresno State?
Keep it in the Valley. I mean, I got a bunch of buddies who have went and played baseball other places, and I always give them a little crap about it. Man, just keep it in the Valley. We could be an absolute powerhouse if everyone stayed here. It would be a big change here if that was the way to go. And with the recruits coming in this year, a lot of Valley guys, and I love it. It puts a smile on my face to see people staying home.
Was it an easy decision for you to make to come to Fresno State?
100%. Easiest decision I made in my life.
What was the draft combine in Phoenix? That's what just came from. What was that experience like?
It was fun to be around a lot of good players. Kind of getting a feel for the crowd I'm going to be in probably in the next couple years. So, yeah, it was a cool experience. They treat us very nice out there. Yeah, I had a great time.
What was it specifically? Was it like a bullpen session?
No, I didn't throw a bullpen. It was just mainly physicals, imaging, stuff like that. Meetings, just kind of so you're around the teams a little bit. Physicals mainly. That was probably the main reason I felt why they had it.
And I know you want to go to any MLB team that is interested in that left arm of yours. But were you talking to any teams out there specifically?
I had some meetings with the Toronto Blue Jays, the Cardinals, the Rangers, and who else was it? There's one more. Oh, and the Yankees. Wow, that was a bad one. Yeah. So those all went well. They asked me questions about baseball, and I could talk about baseball for days. So.
Was there any moment in that process of talking to these teams where you kind of like pinch yourself? I know this is what you've always dreamed of doing, but like to be a part of the dream, you know what I mean?
I mean, we're just rolling. It's all moving pretty fast. It's all surreal. But yeah, I'm along for the ride. I love it. I love every bit of it. I really do.
How are you feeling going into this? I mean, are you excited, nervous, confident?
There's a lot of emotions, but I'm excited. I would say I'm excited more than anything. I'm excited to enter this new chapter, and just just keep putting in the work and just see where it takes me. Really, that's what it comes down to. My dream is to be a big league starter, so it's a step in the journey. But a lot of people get drafted. A ton of people get drafted. That's not really the top of the mountain for me at all. So I'm ready. I'm hungry. That's what it comes down to.
What would it mean to you to represent Fresno State in the big leagues?
Everything. You see guys doing it. Judge. A lot of guys in the big leagues just representing. I would love for that to be me. Yeah, it means a lot to the people out here knowing we got big league alumni. It's big going out there playing. You feel that. It mean everything. Mm-hmm.
What's the plan for draft night? Do you have kind of family and friends coming to the house, or?
Oh yeah, we'll do something. Yeah, we'll probably put a little something together. Have a little fun with it. It's a time to celebrate. It's a stepping stone. I mean, you got to celebrate.
Yeah, a tremendous bulldog. Somebody that's been a joy to be around every day, and especially get out in between the lines. You know, he's going to give everything he has every time he towed the rubber, and that was evident from the first day of his freshman year, which is a very challenging time for a lot of people in athletics and all over, where we didn't have a fall to get acclimated and get ready, get prepared for Division I baseball. And hit from his first outing on, he was a true competitor and somebody that you knew you wanted out there every opportunity. And then becoming a regular starter, pretty much starting just about every Friday the last 2 years. Somebody going into every single weekend, you knew he was going to give you the best chance to compete and win every single Friday to start off a weekend.
And he has been that regular starter the last 2 years, like you said. But how have you seen him take it up a level to where we saw him perform like at an elite level this year?
Yeah, I mean he works and getting better. In the time with Coach Buckley this year, a lot of daily stuff of what it really means to work every single day and to get better, and you know, just some natural ability which he has a ton of, and now taking it to the point of outworking people and beating people. And you know, now with the opportunity to come to be a professional where everybody's got ability and the athleticism similar to what he has, and now it is about finding ways to separate yourself from the other guys and moving your way up, hopefully onto the big leagues.
What does it say about locals in the area to have an avenue like this, that he's kind of showing kids that they can have an avenue at the pros like this?
Yeah, and there's a long list of them, of guys even before Ixan that have grown up here in the Valley, come here being a Bulldog, and then continued on as a professional. And it's a beautiful thing to have guys that are local, and especially for a starting pitcher, to have your whole family here and friends and family here support you every single start. And you can hear it. You can hear it in the stands. You can tell the difference for sure, and that's been a real joy to have him a part of the program.
Coach, what can you say about Ixan's leadership that he's displayed this past season?
Yeah, it's just think it starts with the work and the way he shows up every day, and especially being the Friday starter, setting the tone for the weekend. And I think he's, takes great pride in that, and knowing, and something that he wanted early on. And that's not for everybody. Some people shy away from that, or don't want the spotlight, or don't want that, on their shoulders. And he wants every part of it. And that's his true leadership asset that a lot of guys take to, and really he brings guys along with that.
Not sure what conversations you've had, but is there anything you've heard about where we could possibly see Ixan go?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors into that. I mean, I would hope somewhere in the middle of, anywhere around 4 to 6, 4 to 7, but you never know where those goes. There's a lot of factors into that, and but wherever it really doesn't matter. I mean, I think he's definitely going to get an opportunity, and once he gets out there, it's about performing and moving his way up a system, and I think he's really prepared for that.
And what would it mean to just have another Bulldog into the system and represent this program?
Yeah, there's a long line of great players and guys that are currently out there representing the program, and a lot of guys, before that are already done playing, and I think Ixan's going to fit in well with those guys as professionals, and hopefully he plays this game for a long time at a really high level.
Do you remember the first time seeing him pitch action. What was your first impression of him?
My first time seeing him pitch, I know I saw him hit. He's going to get all excited knowing that. I remember seeing him hit. And I think obviously the athleticism definitely stands out, and being an outfielder and a left-handed batter, that was one of the first things. And then seeing him get on the mound and see the athleticism translate onto the mound, and the competitiveness that's naturally in him comes out really easy to see.
Can you speak on his growth from the first time, him being here, and then now obviously growing into that leadership role and becoming a starter Friday night?
Yeah, I think that a lot of that his development was just in being a full-time pitcher and being focused on baseball daily. And again, his freshman year with us, not having a fall to get acclimated not only to Division I baseball, but the school aspect and you know, the accountability and all those things that came with it was a challenging time. And he you know, really grew from all that, and his time through us, he's gotten a lot better. And I think definitely when he gets in a professional organization and every single day at the facility and working on things day in and day out, he's going to keep getting better.
This will be your first draft as a head coach. How do you plan on spending the day? Like anxiously watching? You know, are you going to distract yourself with other things?
The draft is always an exciting time. You know, whether it's your players or just seeing you know, players you competed against or that you've seen in recruiting. And there's a lot of players out there, a lot of really talented players that all think they're first-round picks, top 3-round picks, but there's only X amount of picks in the first round and X amount of picks in the top 5 rounds, and there's a lot of really good players that think they're going in those spots, and then ultimately who actually gets taken there. So the draft's always an interesting day to see where things shake out, and sometimes, you know, see guys that maybe held out for prices, maybe end up in school or go later than expected, or some guys that jump up the board. So the draft's always a really exciting day of the year.